I believe in Jesus Christ, but I also see science.
She blinded me with science.
She blinded me with science.
I've also been skydiving, and I've seen the curvature of the Earth with my own eyes. I've been very high up in the sky, and not just inside the airplane, but outside the airplane. And I've seen with my own vision that the Earth is round.
And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix Baumgartner. He would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe. That's his edge of space jump. Now, I don't. It's fine. He wants to. I don't have a problem if he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. Right. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, "Wow, he's in space. Look at that." No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat.
I've also been skydiving, and I've seen the curvature of the Earth with my own eyes.
Shout out to Flat Earth Soldiers Facebook group, posting a clip of Neil deGrasse doing a talk for SXSW. And during this interactive talk, he was on stage answering questions about the cosmos and all that. And topic of discussion came up about Felix Baumgartner's edge of space Red Bull jump. Okay, and there's been a lot of controversy around that. The Flat Earth community has hit on that topic quite a bit. So here's what Neil had to say about that.
And the dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, was it Felix Baumgartner? He would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe. That's his edge of space jump. Now, I don't. It's fine. He wants to. I don't have a problem if he does it, but the honesty of it would greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, "Wow, he's in space. Look at that." No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat.
That stuff is flat. You heard the man. So yeah, I'll listen to him on this note. But, this is one of those times where he actually told the truth about something. But there's been a lot of controversy around that whole stratospheric jump by Felix Baumgartner anyway. Now, a lot of pictures have come out. Now, there was one that showed a camera from inside the cockpit looking out, and it was just a small window that we could see, but the horizon that you could see was absolutely flat. Other pictures that you can find have come out, and they show the outside right before he's about to jump, and he's standing out on the ledge, and he's about to make his jump. There are some pictures that are curved. There are some pictures that show a flat horizon. Now, let's do a comparison of the flat versus curved horizon. You can see the horizon here where he's standing on the outside getting ready to jump, and the horizon is perfectly flat. So you look at the word zenith on both of these pods on the outside of this capsule, and you see that they're in two different spots. Now, if this word is actually painted on the side of this pod, it's not going to move within seconds. So that shows that there's been some sort of manipulation with these things. Regardless, concerning the curvature or lack thereof, the horizon is always going to rise to your eye level, for one. And you're never going to actually see curvature for yourself. You can stand next to an ocean, and you can look from left to right, and the horizon is always going to be flat. You can watch a video from an amateur balloon that gets up to 121,000 feet, and all you're going to see is a flat horizon. it's always going to be secondhand information showing you curvature. You're never going to see it firsthand. And you have to use the process of elimination to a degree, because the only time you're going to see it is from a fisheye lens shot or from one of these so-called space agencies showing you a cartoon ball and telling you that's where you live. You're never going to see curvature for yourself. So maybe just consider the possibility that the reason why you never see any curvature is because there is no curvature to be seen. So, did Neil deGrasse Tyson actually tell the truth while he was having this back and forth with the audience? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. That's all I got for this one. As always, be good to each other, take care of yourself, stay flat. I'll see you next time. Thank you.
I've been very high up in the sky, and not just inside the airplane, but outside the airplane. And I've seen with my own vision that the Earth is round.
We live on a ball. You just can't see it or feel it. We live on a ball. You just can't see it or feel it. We live on the underside of a ball. You just can't see it or feel it. We live on a spinning ball. You just can't see it or feel it. You can't see it from 35,000 feet in an airplane. According to Neil deGrasse Tyson, we live on a ball. You just can't see it or feel it. Even from 128,000 feet high, according to Neil deGrasse Tyson. We live on a spinning ball, but everyday experience says otherwise. You live on a spinning ball, you just never see it or feel it. But you live on the ever-sloping underside of a ball. That's where you live. Everyday experience shows you linear, flat, with a universal sense of down beneath your feet. But you live on a spinning ball where down is actually up, depending what side of the sphere you're on. Up and down are just relative terms, even though experientially there always absolutely is a down pointing towards your feet. Of course, unless you're hanging upside down from something, but the point is, when you're standing on the ground, you know where down is. We never question that down is down, but on a spinning ball, down is up is down, left is right, and on and on and on. You live on a ball. You just can't see it or feel it. You just can't see it anywhere or feel it anywhere. But you live on a ball. You can call me crazy all you want, but have you ever asked yourself, how do you know you live on a globe? Flat Earth sounds ridiculous, but you've never even questioned this belief that was forced into your head since you were young.
And I've seen the curvature of the Earth with my own eyes. I've been very high up in the sky, and not just inside the airplane, but outside the airplane. And I've seen with my own vision that the Earth is round.
If you notice what's going on here, there's just enough, quote, wiggle room for both the globe and the flat model to work. But notice that the globe model, time and time again, tells you you can't trust yourself. Your senses are fooling you. Don't trust yourself. You have to place your faith in the physicalist atheist priests who tell you what's right. You are insane and stupid, says Valhalla 5-6. And you're a stupid globe cult member who believes in the sphere on blind faith and never actually studied the science that's alleged to back it up. So you are a blind faith cult member. If you have a problem with skeptics, inquisitive skeptics like me, you can be anti-skepticism. Look, some people are anti-skepticism. We get it. Some people are anti-skepticism. It's fine. Not everyone's a skeptic. We don't expect everyone to be a skeptic. Okay? If you don't want to be a skeptic and exercise skepticism, you don't have to. Valhalla, you want to believe in a globe earth on blind faith and never actually know the science behind it? You can do that. But you're not a skeptic, bro. If you were a skeptic, you wouldn't blindly believe in the globe because your first grade teacher told you, man.
I believe in Jesus Christ, but I also see science.
You're an anti-science, anti-skeptic retard. So we need skeptics, man. We need more skeptics in here. We need the skeptics. Do we have any skeptics in the house? Hey guys, if you guys are skeptics, just raise your hand. I don't know. Type in 1 if you're a skeptic. We need some skeptics in here because we don't have enough skeptics. So Valhalla, he's anti-skepticism. He believes in the globe on the basis of pure blind faith, and he's triggered that I'm applying skepticism. See, look at all the skeptics. I have so many skeptics in my fan base. My audience is just full of skeptics. It's incredible, man. Look at all these skeptics. You see, Valhalla can't even type. Dude, you put like 800 typos. You're so frustrated that you're not actually a skeptic. You've been exposed, man. He's not even typing accurately. Listen, we need skeptics. We need to be skeptical. I know Chocolate's saying, it's funny, man. It's funny, dude. This is what we're dealing with. So look, we need more skeptics. Not everyone is a skeptic. And if you want to be a blind faith cult member because your first grade teacher told you live on a spinning ball and you never questioned it because you're not a skeptic, then you cannot be a skeptic. That's fine. But we all have to be skeptics here, okay? Oh, that's what's sad is that not everyone is a fan of skepticism. I don't know about you guys, man, but I'm a skeptic, and we all need to be skeptics. I want to say thank you to the $1 super chat. Thank you so much. Someone said, Pyramid Pilot says, I'm a skeptic, but flat earth is left side of the bell curve shit. You can say that, but believing in the globe with no evidence is the ultimate antithesis of skepticism. You can't claim to be a skeptic, yet blindly believe in the globe because your first grade teacher told you. Come on, guys. We gotta be skeptics.
Holy crap, guys. Can you see that? The Earth is freaking cat. Check them out, guys. The brand new The Earth is Cat t-shirts are now available. They come in a variety of shirts and colors. I also got some great mugs available. Sweater hoods. Get yourself one of these The Earth is Cat t-shirts. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Get one from yourself right now.
I believe in Jesus Christ, but I also see science. I've also been skydiving, and I've seen the curvature of the earth with my own eyes. I've been very high up in the sky, and not just inside the airplane, but outside the airplane. And I've seen with my own vision that the earth is round, and so have many other people.
You can't blame flat earthers and globe skeptics for having a lot of questions about what they tell us about the globe. Because when you're in school, they tell you that Aristotle saw ships disappear bottom up, or whichever ancient Greek actually said that, because apparently there's no written documentation that Aristotle said that. But when they tell you that ships disappear bottom up, they never tell you about the new excuse, the new moving of the globe post called refraction. that things can be hidden behind the horizon because they're behind the curvature of the earth, but they're just being lifted. If you could ever see it all flat as hell, then that's because it's being loomed up from behind the curvature because of refraction. And it seems like the very short history of the modern flat earth debate is a never-ending series of moving the globe post. So they present it to us, ships disappear bottom up. So you get a camera, you go out, you say, okay, ships should disappear bottom up. By the same logic, by the same the line of reasoning, buildings in the distance should disappear bottom up. But for some reason, when a flat earther or a globe skeptic, anyone who's a big fan of skepticism, pulls out a camera and some distant building is not hidden by the amount they say it's supposed to, according to the size of the ball they say we live on, then you can't blame somebody for scratching their head and wondering, hey, you said it should disappear bottom up. It's completely there. Oh, wait, we have an answer for that too. Refraction. So they just, you know, you can't, at this point, you cannot blame anybody for not trusting the modern mainstream consensus pushers, the people who push mainstream consensus science. We are very skeptical, and I think, you know, we should all be fans of skeptics. We should all donate money to the International Skeptic Organization. I don't even know if that exists, but if it doesn't, someone should make it, because we need to fund skepticism in schools. We need to fund skepticism, and I don't understand why some of these globetards are so afraid of skepticism. Like, dude, you know, we should all support being skeptics. It's so weird. I don't understand it. But is that a fucking vulture? I think it is. So yeah, it's like they're always moving the globe post. Maybe if they taught us that refraction could cause things missing behind the curvature of the earth to reappear due to looming when we were in school, instead of just telling us that the ship and the building disappears bottom up, we must live on a spinning ball. If they told us there was a big fat caveat back in school, maybe we'd be like, well, at least they were telling us the whole story, not giving us the one-sided, it disappears bottom up, that's that, the earth is not flat. How can you blame people for deciding to become skeptics? And that's what it is, man. It's a modern day skeptic movement, and it's, you know, just go donate to the International Skeptic Fund, donate, become subscribed to Skeptic Magazine. Just like, this is the age of skeptics. I'm so excited to be a part of the skeptic community. So yeah, that's what happens, man. You can't blame globe skeptics and flat earthers for not trusting you when you don't give us the whole story and you act like it's slam dunk proof. But oh, there's a caveat. Turns out, you know, things are refracting and looming and bending. There's always a caveat. Oh, I saw the curvature. Yeah, let's talk about caveats. Oh, I saw the curvature in the Red Bull jump. Oh no, the curvature was actually a fisheye lens. And Neil deGrasse Tyson himself said they filmed the Red Bull space jump with a fisheye lens so that, quote, curves horizontal lines. Neil deGrasse Tyson saying the Red Bull jump used fisheye lens, wide angle lens camera that, quote, curves horizontal lines. So there's always a caveat. You globetards are always moving the globe post, the goalpost. You're always moving it further and further. And you can't blame people for subscribing to Skeptic Magazine and donating to become annual members of the International Skeptic Fund. So thank you guys for watching.
I travel a lot and I fly a lot and I can see the curvature when I fly.
Okay, so 35,000 feet you can see it, right? That's what you're saying?
Generally speaking, I can see a slight curve to it, yeah.
Okay, so Neil deGrasse Tyson says that you can't see it at that altitude, so I really...
This really doesn't... We have satellites.
That stuff is flat. That stuff is flat. Don't get me started.